All right. Hello, good people. Welcome back to Walkin Roscoe. Right now, I'm at my front door, and he doesn't like the stairs too much, and he doesn't climb down. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick him up. It's getting heavy. He's a 6-month-old French bulldog. This is Roscoe. There's Roscoe. Oh, let's clean his eyes first.
You're such a handsome boy. You're such a handsome boy. We gotta make sure you're so handsome and ready. Yeah.
Come on. He does snore. He loves to sleep next to my wife and I. Roscoe's a little camera shy, but he's also relaxed too. He's like, yeah, this is good. Okay, we're gonna go downstairs because Roscoe boy does not like that. He'll climb if he has to in the back porch, but not anywhere else. All right, little guy, we're ready to go. So, there he goes. And we're walking Roscoe. So, I do apologize for the first and second videos. Well, not the first one where he is a baby, but I guess in my playlist or my videos, the second and third one. Video quality wasn't too well, wasn't too good, and it was dark also. So we're kind of running the same place here. He's gonna check stuff out, and we're gonna walk. So come on, boy, come on, good boy. Now puppies, they don't have a desire to really follow what you say, but it depends on the dog. But come on, there we go. Out there. There's a car coming. So if you look behind him, he's got a spot on his back, his rear legs. Resembles a penguin. So we call him Penguin Butt. And so he is checking out the flowers again. Hey, come on. Let's get out of the yard. Come on. Let's get out of the yard. Anywho's. Yeah, so the videos that I had posted, second and third one didn't really come out too well. However, it is a little more daylight. It is. I'm carrying him again. It's like, all right, I'm running, I'm walking. It's not a GoPro camera. I'm using a. Oh, all right. It's, using a Sony Xperia XZ or ZX. It's got a 22 megapixel camera. It's really good. I own a lot of Sony products, TV, phone, the PlayStation. And when I can, this is not a spot for them by any means. It's just, I guess I'm a, what do you call it, brand loyalist. But yeah, we're just continuing to walk. He's going to check things out. We do this so he can trim his claws on the concrete instead of having to have him be held and for us to clip his nails. We just avoid that by walking on the sidewalks here in our village or neighborhood. Anyway, enjoying the weather right now. It is cloudy. It is going to rain. A little lightning here and there. And you ready to go, boy? All right, let's go. Anyway, so putting the channel together, getting some stuff. I will be, of course, walking Roscoe. And also there will be videos for those who are interested in gaming. I will be commenting on that as well while playing. My son is, he's my producer / director. I don't really have a lot of knowledge in that area. He does, however. So he's downstairs. We've got our basement / apartment in our house to do that. And but nonetheless, here walking Roscoe, talking about life. And today, Sunday. I couldn't tell you the actual day in May. However, I am thankful today. Weekend, not at work, but it seemed that whenever I was at work, things were kind of calm, at least on me, or in me. Yet on the weekend, I got this feeling that I guess I didn't need to really think about too much. But I'll just say that it's been a great feeling since surrendering. And it's a daily thing for me. And so there may be wind, so this video may or may not go out. If it goes out, just bear with the wind while I'm walking Roscoe. And he is just checking stuff out. That's all right. But he's getting used to the walking. We haven't really taken him out on a lot of walks, but I wanted to start. And then it just came to me. It's like, hey, look, while we're doing this, let's slap it on YouTube and annoy people. Anybody checks it out, that's fine. However, I've got some friends, just letting them know that I'm doing all right. Sober today. And again, Press Radio and Films, I will not be mentioning the group that I'm so fond of being part of, and knowing that it had actually really saved my life. And without it, I would not be alive today. I really think that my last drink, if I had continued maybe a couple weeks, maybe a month, I would have probably had even more severe internal issues. Again, I'd been drinking for 14 years. I got my first day without a drink was October 22nd, 2012. And I haven't had a drink since. I didn't have a drinking problem. Okay, we're going to try to... Hold on. I'm going to show everybody. So let me do this. Let me go around the post. It is voting season here in Germany, so you'll see some signs for some politicians that want to be represented at the EU Parliament. And the process I really don't care about because it's not my country, but I do enjoy living there. Anyway, so I didn't know how to live without drinking. I had to have that euphoria. I had to have that feeling, that decompression. The thing is, for me, it didn't stop there. I was never one of those who would come home and just have a drink or two and then carry on and be a normal, I guess internally or mentally, just a normal human being that's got their stuff together. And that was not me. So I continued to drink to the point to where it was slowly killing me. And at 35, I easily could have died. I think it was a 0.285 alcohol level. It was really bad. My body had just shut down. And I remember I was just walking down the street in this neighborhood as another direction. And I'll play that later. And I think I'll go through that. And I'll let at least the point of view know, those in the POV, let them know where I walked or tried to walk and where I fell into the bushes and got scraped up and I just could not walk. My body had shut down and I had not drank any more than, that I was typically used to. But my body just told me what it thought of me and said, well, we're done. We don't like this. It's done. We're not going to be productive here. The next day, I got out of bed. I was still drunk, and I think I was still just my body had shut down, so it wasn't processing the alcohol anymore. Well, hold on 1 minute. As French bulldogs do, they like to pick around plants and eat dirt. So I woke up bloodied, just scraped up from the bushes and the thorns and the falling. I actually had a German guy help me try to walk, and I still couldn't. I was married at the second. I was married to a woman. It was my second marriage, and won't get into that too much. Nonetheless, made it home. Said some bad things to her. Wasn't violent, nothing, yelling or nothing. I was just an obnoxious drunk. Thankfully, never got the law involved except for one time years prior where the cops were called by my mother. I was in Texas at the time, and they had come by the house. My mother had called. She was in Florida at the time, but they tracked me down by my cell phone. We're talking, this is, I think, 2006? I think it would have to be 2006. Hallo?
Hallo.
Er ist nur 6 Monate.
6 Monate.
Ja, he's a Französisch Bulldog.
Hey, du.
Now he's happy.
Ja, der macht nichts.
Guck mal, wie süß. Was ist denn?
Der ist noch selber klein, ja.
Er hat Angst vor Donner, ja?
So dick.
Großer Baby.
Ja, ja.
Hey, lieber Kind.
Ja, ja.
Ja.
Die liebt Kinder.
Liebe Kinder. Meine Deutsch ist das so gut. Ich lebe nur in Deutschland selbst 7 Jahre.
Ja, okay.
Das ist lieber bei...
Mein Englisch ganz klein.
wir alles lernen.
God bless you und fertig.
Ja.
Okay, komm.
Mach's gut, schönen Abend noch.
Ja,
Tschüss.
Sagt Tschüss.
Guckt so.
And he's like, oh, kids.
Der will mit.
Yeah. No, come on. I got the leash here stepped here. What I was talking about. Come on, boy. Come on. We go this way. He just wants to play. Anyway. So yeah, I woke up and it was about 7. I had to be at work at 7:30. I would have been at that time driving Article 15. I had no intentions of even getting out of there, so I had called my superintendent at the time and told him, hey, look, I can't make it to work. I've got to stop this. I can't stop drinking, and I'm checking myself in to what they call the military. They're call it life skills at one time, and I call it mental health now. I've got no shame. I'm open and honest. So I called them and checked in. They had an appointment for I think 1 o'clock in the afternoon, or the noontime, or 1 o'clock. And I checked myself in. They gave me the test, blood test and everything, checked my liver, and they had expressed to me, hey, look, if you had been going this route, you probably would have been dead in about a month, because that's how much alcohol was destroying me. Anyway, these are the signs for the politicians for the EU Parliament. Anyway, yeah, so October 22nd, 2012, I went to a place where I met some people who identified with what I had been going through and what I'd been going through at that time, and I just knew where to go. My mother had been in that type of group for over 3 decades. So I was raised in that environment. I knew where to go. They had offered rehab, and I was like, no, I just know where to go. Let's just let time roll. I know where to go. I'm scared. I'm frightened. I don't know what else to do, because without drinking, I just didn't know how to think. I didn't know how to live. I didn't know how to act. My life had become just a chaotic disaster. So I went. I listened. I wrote things down. At this point now, because I had been in and out of the room since 2003. My first time walking into these rooms and this program, not going to mention it, was in 2003. I was in Minot, North Dakota at the time, stationed over there. And since then I had been in and out, a couple detoxes, 1 rehab, and I'll tell you, the support from where I retired from the Air Force was just amazing. They could not officially send me to any certain place except for maybe a rehab center, but again, I knew where to go because I had been there before, and now I was like, well, it's the only place. This is it. It's either this or I don't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do if it wasn't for this place that I go to now. I probably would have drank again, and if I tried to not drink, I probably would have I would have committed suicide, because that's how bad things in my head were. You know, and when I don't have alcohol, you know, and I know that alcohol is not going to do anything, I'm pretty much screwed. Where do I go? Where does somebody go when they're at that point in their life? Where do you go? What do you do? Well, I had enough with trying to do things and trying to attempt things on my own accord and my own power, and it just never worked. So I continued on. I said, this is it. You know, there's no turning back. I've got to just give this my all. And I was frightened. I was scared. Because of just the depth of how dark and deep. You know, I had everything. And I had the checklist. I said, you know, for the most part, everything that a guy in my age could have. A wife, daughter, his home, money in the bank. And it wasn't enough. It just wasn't enough. You know, and for that not to be enough, you realize that I really have I have this thing called alcoholism. And the more that I work on my life, work on this program, I find that alcohol has nothing to do with why I was the way I am. They just put a name to it over 80 years ago in the program. That's just amazing. Now, over 80 years ago, this place that I go to has been saving lives. And it's including mine. But the literature, for what it's worth, I equate it to, people have had the same problems, the same issues, the same stories over 80 years ago. During the stock market crash, and thereafter in World War II, this is the same stories. People just could not stop drinking. People were successful in their own right. They had made it, but they just could not stop drinking. Wait, hold on, boy. Would you stop checking out cars? You can't drive. You're not old enough. All right, come on. And the same stories, the same problems, the same cycles of chaos and hopelessness and despair. Here we go. Hold on. Recording. Okay, so I don't know if I'm speaking through the phone or my headphones. Anyway, I'm back on because they had just shut off. So anyway. Come on. Nope, come on. Not in their yard. Come on. Come on. I'm picking him up again. And here's Roscoe. Just looking at things. Come on. You're not going to go in there and eat flowers, booby. Okay. Come on. Anyway. Over 80 years ago, the same problems, the same cycles of disaster and chaos. And I think the only difference between then and now is we just have different hats and we're on camera 24 hours a day. That's the only difference. This problem doesn't change. It doesn't change over time, and it doesn't react. It just doesn't stop destroying people because the society is different, or we're in a different time. It just doesn't stop. With that, I'm still sober today, and I look at it today. I have the same 24 hours today as my fellow sick and suffering human being has. And what am I doing today? What am I doing to be better to another human being? What am I doing to love and be kind to all? What am I doing to that effect? And just letting things be. You know, I continue today, and in my earlier videos, I referenced just, and I'll be referencing it again. Come on, car's coming. That last week, it was the time to realize what surrender meant. And I didn't lose my mind. I was surrendering. There's that very fine line that I've been told, that when somebody feels like they're losing their mind, they're not. Because they're working a program and they're trying to surrender. Because they've had enough, even while they're sober. They've had enough. Because it didn't matter how much time I have. It means, what am I doing now? What am I doing now? I'm surrendering. I'm saying, God, I can't keep doing this. I can't keep worrying. I can't worry. I can't stop worrying, and I can't stop being anxious. And I can't stop being a wreck. And I find out that alcohol's not the problem. It's this brain I have that causes problems that aren't there. And, well, what fuels that? Well, it's judgment. It's judgment on another human being, myself, God, everything. It's my perception. And overall, it's my will. What I want to do. What I think should be done. It's my will that destroys me. It's my judgment that just wreaks havoc. I base the distance I am from God, or to God, and that is based on my distance from another human being. What am I doing? Am I judging that individual as somebody who may need help? Are they sick too? Or am I treating them as if they are lower than me? It's my judgment. It's my will. It's destroying me. That's making me sick. And it's a daily thing for me. Sometimes it's an hourly thing for me. Sometimes it's minute by minute. But you know what? I'm practicing it. And the more I practice and the more I work at this, the more free I become. And God just puts a miracle work in me. And says, I have you. I've had you. I have you now. And I'll always have you with me. He's not given up on me. But have I forgiven myself? If I stop judging other human beings, if I stop trying to exert my will, or trying to put my hands in things, or trying to talk to people to maybe smooth out the situation, am I going there? What's my intentions? What are my intentions? Well, that needs to stop for me, I guess, because the more I do that, the more I'm trying to control things and manage things by myself, the more chaotic it can become, the more of a nerd like I am, and the more I call the distance between me and another human being. That's it. And that's just walking around, and that's just my perception, getting in the way and getting in between me and God, and the work that God has for me. That's what I find out. I just never knew a name for it. I had no knowledge of how bad things had become. I had been sober for 6.5 years. For 6.5 years. It doesn't matter about time. It matters what's going on during that time. I just find that it's amazing. Today. And for the first time in a long time, I'm not really worried about work. I'm not thinking about it on the weekend. I'm able to detach, which is something I could never do by myself. What did I do? I drank. That's how I detached. That's how I was able to just spend time with whomever. Stay there. He's eating something. You got there, Booby. That's a leaf. Don't, folks. Keep feathers. I thought it was a leaf, but it's a feather. It's a bird feather. You want it? No. You can't have it. Come on. Good boy. But I'm content. I'm restful. A million things aren't going around in my head. And like that, I thought that would never stop. And like drinking, I thought I'd never quit. I wanted to, but I couldn't. Because I kept thinking that even though that euphoria time is getting smaller and smaller, I'll get it back somehow. Well, I won't eat, or I'll eat a little bit, but I'll get that feeling back to put me on a no. I had to drink to be sane. Because if I didn't drink, my mind is going in a million directions. But nonetheless, here I am today. Walking Roscoe. I just put these videos out there. Maybe somebody else can connect. Somebody else can identify with my story because I have nothing to hide. Nobody's ever gonna take something from me and use it against me. I'm not afraid of that. I have no fear today. And this little guy has no fear. He will walk anywhere. He's like, yep, that's my world. I'm gonna cross the street. Didn't look both ways. What do you think about that? Going on 27 minutes. That's all right. Just the walking, just relaxing. Walking Roscoe. But again, as I said earlier in the video, I will we'll throw something else out there, and that'll be the commenting on video games. And you know, that's one way that I can unwind and relax. And I find that a healthier hobby. You know, just simplicity. And okay, my mind's off. Boom. It's not that I go and play video games every day. It's just if it's there, cool. If it's not, you know, I'm home with my family. What are you eating? Stop eating pebbles. Come on. We're not going over there. Come on, this is somebody else's house. Ugh. Oh boy, there we go. Hey, Roscoe. I think you're gonna get your little face on there. There he is. Hi. All right. We're gonna wait for this car to pass, and I'm gonna put you down. Okay. Put you down on the sidewalk, and we'll continue. Not put you down. No, I'm not gonna put you to sleep. That's not what I mean. Set you down. There we go. Come on. All right, come on, stubborn guy. Nope. Anyways, yeah, he has no fear. He just walks anywhere. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna just check things out. That's what I'm gonna do. It's kind of dripping rain a little bit. Lightning's out there, so we're gonna go home. Come on, we're gonna go home. We're gonna go home, little guy. Come on. Come on. Yep, he just wants to go that. You know, this is reminiscent. It reminds me of how I'd become. I'm going somewhere else, but I didn't have a leash. I didn't have anything to stop me. I had that thing called free will, as I do now. You know, I'm unguarded. I'm unleashed. I have free will. Yes, I was nice to people. Yes, I got to work on time, got great marks, whatever it was worth. But my motivation was fear. Okay. I had to know that at home I'd have something to drink and things would be fine. I just had to know that. So I was motivated out of fear. Come on, let's get out of somebody else's yard here. This is a little weird. I'm just realizing that. Come on. There we go. Come on. Nope, that's another car. Come on. Good boy. Come on. There we go. And yeah, you know, my own measures, what I thought I could be doing to improve my life or just stop the chaos, was to drink. As long as I knew that it was there, at home, well, I'm working my butt off. I'm working hard, and I'm getting good marks because that's my motivation. is just to detach. That was my motivation. I was motivated by that, so I kept drinking. I did that for a long time. To the point that where it almost destroyed me. Almost killed me. I wouldn't wake up. There's days where I just didn't want to wake up one day. I just prayed, God, just let me go. Let's end this. Because I'm too coward to kill myself. But I'm scared to live. And that last drunk of mine and the morning after was just an absolute nightmare. I didn't want to fall asleep because of the horrible dreams. I didn't want to stay awake because I couldn't get away from reality. And I had no idea what else to do. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. So, yeah. It's just this nightmare. And, you know, again, as I stated in my other videos, I got no problem when people drink. No, you know, they're not me. They can pick it up and set it down. I picked it up, and next thing I know, 2, 3:30 in the morning, I'm wondering where everybody's at. I said, come on, man. Somebody's got to be here. So I'd go online, play some games, go on chats, and just go, hey, somebody else out there. Let's just at least talk. I didn't want to be. I hated being alone because I'm alone with my thoughts, and I'm alone with this nightmare. Come on, good boy. Anyway, so I think this is going over 30 minutes now. Thank you for sticking by, even if you just have it in the background. That's fine too. This is one of the. Ooh, sorry, Bubba. Just tripped on me. You okay? You okay? Yeah, okay. It's fine. Oop, wait, stop. You got a little cord stuck. Come on, get out of their yard. Come on. So, I gotta turn around. Whoop, because I was wrapped around with the kid. Today, I've got no fear. I've got no worry. I've got no, chaotic mind that's just wondering what the hell I'm gonna do next. I don't have that today. And that's freedom. And that came with surrender. It came with going, you know what, Father, you're right. I got it. I can't do it. Please take it. Take the people that I'm with. Take my family. I surrender them. I surrender those that I work with. And I surrender myself. You do with me and build with me as you will. And I'm just fine with that. Anyway, Roscoe, we're going to sign off. Come here. Hey. All right, Roscoe. There he is. This is Roscoe, and we're taking a walk. Thank you for being with me so far, and thank you for just listening to me. And even if nobody's listening, I was able to tell a little bit about my story. And there'll be more to come. I'll have a pleasant morning, evening, have an restful night. Just know that whatever you're going through, somebody else is going through it. And you're never alone. All right. Come here. There you go. All right. This is me walking Roscoe. Thank you for tuning in.